Hi, I'm Greg from RV Haulers. RVHaulers.ca is our website, and because we've had a lot of interest in our trucks, I decided to put this little video up on YouTube just to give people some exposure to what these trucks are really about and some of their advantages. And really there's 5 main points I like to point out to people, and that is most of our trucks are priced in the $49,000 to $59,000 range. Now we are talking about Canadian dollars. All of our trucks are used. On special orders we will do new trucks, but most of them are just outside of the warranty period, which usually means about 800,000 kilometers. As well, one of the real attractions to all of our trucks is that we focus on automatic shift transmissions. So there are no clutches. These are a 2-pedal truck. You got a brake, you have a throttle, very familiar to operate. As well, the mileage with these trucks is quite impressive. We've got some clients who are getting in the range of 12 and up miles per gallon pulling their trailers. You do not need a special license to operate these. A standard Class 5 license, one you just operate your car or your van or your normal pickup with, is all that's required. You do have to take a 1-day air brake course. But other than that, these trucks are very familiar territory to people when you come and sit inside them. As trailers are getting a lot larger, they're getting into the 18,000, 20,000 pound range. They're getting a little bit beyond the safety capacities of most 1-ton dually pickups. And people are looking for something that's a little bit safer, certainly has more power, better braking, and our trucks seem to fit the bill. So this is where you see a lot of the customizations that we do to our trucks. The first thing you'll notice is that it's a single axle highway tractor. So these are, when they come to us, they're called a Class 8 semi. And what we do is we remove the forward axle and take the rearward axle and bring it forward into that position. And what it does is that, that's the one key piece that makes these trucks drivable by anyone who has a standard Class 5 license. This one is set up basic for people who want to pull a 5th wheel trailer. I like to point out that we do put on the best of hitches that are available in North America right now. They're rated for a pin weight of 5,000 pounds and up to a 32,000 pound trailer, so they're ready to take the largest 5th wheel trailers that are out there in the market. I also want to point out to you, these are air ride hitches as well. Even though these trucks do have airbags on the back, they're a little stiffer than the 1-tons or even the 450s or 550s or sport trucks that are out there. So by putting the airbags on here and an airbag hitch, it's also got quite a bit of movement laterally. It makes sure that your trailer is treated really well. Everything is stripped from these frames down to bare metal and undercoated actually with box liner material, so it really stands up well. So new shocks, new brakes, tires we're always really picky. We make sure they've got at least 80% tread, so you're never going to wear these tires out in your life of driving. As well, the drive line. So from the differential forward, we have all of them rebuilt. So we have new U-joints. Everything is balanced so that we don't have any vibrations in the drive line. And one of the things you'll notice is that there's no exhaust visible back here. Because a lot of these trucks are older, this one's a 2005, there is some particulates that come out of the exhaust. So I don't want that exhaust pointing up and pointing back at anybody's trailer. So we've done what we call a weed burner. I customize all the exhaust, point it down, it looks good, looks aesthetically pleasing. This is really an area that you can customize to your liking. So if you're looking for a deck, if you're looking for a little bit of glitz and putting on lots of LED lights, it's lots of real estate to work with here. So a common question that I get is, why would I want to look at one of these trucks versus a new 1-ton, a new 450, 550? Of course there's the Freightliner sport trucks out there, and it comes down to a number of things. I'm looking for myself, I was looking for power, I was looking for safety, and I was looking for braking. What's nice about these trucks is the power. This one's a Volvo. They're available in a Cummins as well. A little more rare to find. But this truck has 465 horsepower, 1,650 foot-pounds of torque, And if you compare that to a 1-ton, we're seeing 1-tons, this is the year 2010, we're seeing them coming out in the 330, 365 horsepower versus 465. But where the real telling point is, when you're pulling trailers, you're looking for torque. And this one with 1,650 foot-pounds of torque compares to 1-tons that are in the, well, we're seeing them in 650 foot-pounds, so this is more than double. When you're looking at some sport trucks, you're looking at perhaps 1,000 foot-pounds of torque for a standard sport truck. The shoes on these trucks are this big, and there's 2 of them on each of those wheels. If you compare that to your 1-ton, for instance, we're looking at a shoe that's a fraction of the size. Also, when you consider that this truck is using air brakes, which provide a great, significant increase in stopping power, as well as the Jake brakes or engine brakes that are on these trucks, you finally got the upper hand. Your trailer brakes are no longer your saving grace. This truck will stop your trailer. Because they're automatics, I'm always in control. I've got the right gear. I've always got power to pass if necessary. It's always downshifting for me. It's a real pleasure to drive. When you're on a holiday and you're pulling your trailer, you don't want to have to be worrying about changing gears. Now we do have trucks available if on special order. If those purists of you out there who want a 13-speed or an 18-speed, we do those as well. But these trucks are made to go millions of kilometers, millions of miles. It's a little known fact in just the general populace, but these trucks have an 800,000 kilometer warranty. So the powertrain on these trucks, when you compare that to your Ford F-350, what's the warranty you get on a 1-ton? It's easier to get repairs on these trucks than it is many of our 1-tons or our Freightliner sport trucks, because there are heavy-duty mechanics in even the smallest of towns out there while you're traveling. These are familiar engines to them. You'll find Volvo engines in graders. You'll find them in bulldozers. You'll find them on and certainly in highway tractors. Cummins engines as well are located everywhere in North America, and finding someone to take care of them is pretty easy. Something I really need to point out to you is that those of you with bad hips or bad knees, this isn't the truck for you. So you'll notice right away that the entry-level point here is a little bit higher than you're used to in your 1-ton. A little bit of a trade-off. You've got great visibility when you're sitting in this truck. However, it's a little bit tougher to get into. What Volvo's done, though, is they've given you a couple great grab handles to grab a hold of to gain access. There's 2 nice steps to get inside. Lots of options for air ride. So it goes up and down. It goes forwards if you want it to. We've got 3 lumbars, bolsters on the front and back. Lots of options. Pointing out as well the double seals on the doors. The interiors, as you'll see when we go for a test drive in a little while, very quiet. Very easy to just have a normal conversation with whomever's sitting next to you or whoever's sitting behind you if you want to go with that option. You've really got a great layout when it comes to the dash. You've got lots of control when it comes to the air conditioning, heater controls, where that air is flowing. Really nice stereo system stock with these trucks, but of course all kinds of options there for adding whatever you're looking for when it comes to a stereo. All of our trucks, again, automatic controls, so instead of a gear selector on the steering column, this is where we put it into drive or reverse. All automatic, so we don't have to choose gears. Again, dash layout as well, lighting controls at night, all really comfortable environment to be driving in. The family clients that we take care of often opt to have some of these cabinets removed and either bench seating or bucket seating placed back here. What we'll usually do is just rear of this control, we'll put in a side window for the kids, another one on the other side. Many times a lot of our clients want a rear window as well, just to have great visibility for when you're backing up, or even just lighting and comfort when you're sitting back here. Like I said, the seating can either be bucket seats, so air ride seats like you have in the front, or if you want to get up to three or four kids seated back here, we can put in what's called a jackknife sofa, which is intended for passengers, so there would be 3 or 4 separate shoulder seat belts, and you'd have the capability to also fold that seat down flat if you ever wanted to sleep in the truck later on.